Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children is entertaining enough, but it's inconsistent and not very well cut. Hiya, I'm ThatJaymsWisdom, and this week's film review is of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, which is a Tim Burton film based on a series of teen fiction novels. The story is about a house full of peculiar children who have an assortment of strange powers and live inside a time bubble in which they relive the same day over and over again. This time loop, in which the children relive a day in the 1940s over and over again, is controlled by Miss Peregrine, who is their sort of carer and is played by Eva Green. And each day she resets the time loop before a bomb lands on the house, destroying the house and everyone in it. Our protagonist that we follow into this world is a young boy who has grown up listening to stories of these peculiar children told to him by his grandfather, and when his grandfather dies under mysterious circumstances, he decides to go and investigate this house to let go of his grandfather's memory in order to move on. Of course, when he gets there, he discovers that he is able to enter this time loop into this house where all these peculiar children live, and that he himself has peculiarities or powers which allow him to assist the children that are already living in that time. And that is the general premise of the film, of a bunch of children who live in the 1940s with strange powers ranging from being as light as air and floating away if they're not anchored to the ground, to being able to breathe bees or something of that description. Unfortunately, however, the characters aren't as interesting as their powers are, and there isn't all that much to them for us to get involved with. This makes it quite hard for us to engage with the characters at some points, and coupled with some very bad acting and some moments of really poor dialogue, we find that the quality of the film just isn't quite there. Visually, it's interesting and well made with some well shot sequences, but it's not as striking as you'd expect from a Tim Burton film, and it lacks that certain style that you might be used to. The narrative itself isn't unenjoyable, and there's plenty here to get you interested in the world that's being created. However, there are lots of times when logic leaps are required for the plot to make any sense, and there simply isn't enough depth or attention to detail for this to really draw you in. I found myself regularly taken out of the film by thoughts like, wait, how did they get from there to here? Or, oh, so they can do that now, which leaves you feeling really separate from the film and lacks a certain satisfaction. So overall, whilst this has a number of fun bits and it's a cool concept, the poor acting, the bad writing, the logic leaps, and in some instances a lack of consequence really makes this film kind of fall down, and it's probably not one I would recommend. And really that's it. So that's my review of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I hope you enjoyed this review and it gave you some insight into the film. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe below. I've been ThatJamsWisdom. Keep smiling, and thank you very kindly. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and go and watch last week's review as well. Also, check out my Twitter, where you'll see my weekly film tweets, short reviews of every film I see.